As you settle in and begin to relax, imagine yourself drifting back in time to a world of castles, knights, and secrets hidden deep within ancient stone walls. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a medieval village, the scent of damp earth and wood filling the cool evening air. The sound of a distant bell chimes softly, and you feel a peaceful stillness as you take in your surroundings. In this time, the world was a mix of mystery and majesty, with towering castles that seemed to touch the clouds and roads that led to places unknown. The sun is setting on the horizon, casting a golden glow over the land. And as the sky darkens, the stories of brave knights and sacred orders begin to unfold. This is the world of the Knights Templar. Picture their white mantles, adorned with the red cross, a symbol of devotion, strength, and secrecy. The Templars were not just warriors, but protectors of sacred secrets, sworn to protect the innocent and uphold the ideals of chivalry. They were an order of knights that rose to prominence during the Crusades, and their stories have echoed through time, filled with both legend and truth. As you breathe in deeply and settle further into relaxation, envision the Templar strongholds, vast stone castles that rise majestically against the horizon. The walls are thick and solid, holding within them centuries of history, mystery, and hidden knowledge. The soft hum of the wind whispers through the tall towers, carrying with it the stories of the men who once swore oaths of loyalty, courage, and secrecy. These knights were known for their unbreakable bonds and their noble mission to protect the sacred lands and secrets entrusted to them in the stillness of the night. Imagine the knights preparing for their sacred rituals. The flicker of torchlight dances across stone walls, casting long shadows in the great halls of their castles. Their oaths are spoken in hushed tones, promising to protect, to serve, and to uphold the honor of their order. The sound of armor gently shifting as they move, the soft rustle of robes, and the distant hum of prayer create a sense of peaceful reverence as you close your eyes and allow your mind to wander. Picture the Templars embarking on their journeys, traveling across distant lands, carrying with them their sacred mission. The roads they traveled were filled with danger, yet their faith and purpose guided them forward. Alongside them, the quiet hum of medieval life continues. The simple songs of peasants in the fields, the clatter of horses' hooves on cobblestone streets, and the distant toll of church bells. Tonight, let the legends of the Knights Templar guide your dreams. Picture the quiet majesty of their castles, the peaceful rituals that filled their nights, and the strength and devotion that bound their hearts. Let these ancient tales of honor, mystery, and secrecy carry you gently into a world of dreams, where the past and the present blend together in peaceful harmony. As you drift deeper into sleep, feel the comforting presence of these legendary knights, knowing that their stories will linger with you, soft and serene, guiding you into a peaceful slumber now. As you settle even deeper into relaxation, let your mind journey back to a time when the world was ruled by kings and kingdoms, and the winds carried whispers of change and adventure. Picture yourself standing at at the gates of Jerusalem, a city of ancient stones and sacred lands, where the first steps of the Knights Templar were taken. It is the 12th century, and the Crusades are in full motion. The air is filled with the echoes of battle cries and the clinking of swords. But amidst the chaos, a new order is forming, an order of knights, sworn to protect the sacred lands and those who traveled to them. The Knights Templar were born out of this tumultuous time, their mission sacred and noble, to protect the pilgrims who journeyed to Jerusalem, and to safeguard the holy sites of the land. Picture the early days of the Templar Order, when it was just a small group of knights, humble yet determined. They wore simple yet meaningful white mantles with a red cross, a symbol of their unwavering faith and loyalty. These knights were more than just soldiers. They were protectors, bound together by a sacred oath and a shared vision. Their bond was unbreakable, a brotherhood formed not just in battle, but in devotion to something far greater than themselves. As you breathe slowly and deeply, imagine these knights in their early years, setting out on their sacred mission. Their journey took them through dusty roads, into cities filled with sacred history, and across lands that were unfamiliar and often hostile. With each step, they grew stronger, their hearts filled with purpose and resolve. They built fortresses and strongholds along their journey, places of safety where both pilgrims and knights could rest in peace. The Templars quickly earned the trust and respect of those around them. They became a symbol of protection, their name known far and wide, whispered with reverence and awe. In battle, they were fierce, unyielding, and disciplined warriors who fought not just for victory, but for a greater cause. But it was not only their strength in combat that made them legendary. It was their deep sense of duty, their commitment to honor, and their quiet faith that set them apart from other orders. As the sun sets in your mind's eye, imagine the Templars gathered in one of their first great castles, surrounded by stone walls that have witnessed countless moments of triumph and quiet reflection. In the flickering torchlight, their voices rise in prayer, an echo of devotion that fills the vast hall. Their strength comes not only from their swords, but from their shared belief in something greater than themselves, the promise of eternal life, the protection of the innocent, and the safeguarding of holy lands. Tonight, as you relax deeper into sleep, let the early days of the Templars fill your dreams. Picture their quiet strength, their unwavering faith, and their commitment to protecting the sacred. Feel their presence beside you, a calming, steady force that guides you toward rest. Let their story linger in your mind, gently leading you into a peaceful, restorative slumber. Now, as you relax even deeper, imagine yourself entering the heart of a Templar stronghold, a place where sacred oaths are sworn and secrets are shared in the quietest of whispers. Picture the stone walls of the castle, their surfaces cool to the touch, worn smooth by centuries of history and devotion. The flickering of torches casts soft, dancing shadows across the chamber as you step closer to the place where the knights gather in this sacred space. The Templars stand in a circle, their heads bowed in reverence. They are about to swear their oaths, pledging their lives to the order and to a higher cause. The atmosphere is filled with calm anticipation, the weight of the moment heavy in the air. The knights are bound by something far greater than duty. They are bound by faith, honor, and the unbreakable bond of brotherhood. As you breathe deeply and let your mind wander, picture the ritual unfolding before you. The Grand Master stands at the center, his voice steady and calm, guiding the knights through the sacred ceremony. One by one, the knights take their place, swearing an oath of loyalty, not just to each other, but to the ideals of the order. With each word spoken, the air seems to grow warmer, the bond between the knights growing stronger. They pledge to protect the weak, to fight for justice, and to uphold the secrets of the order, no matter the cost. The ritual is a silent promise, a vow to live a life of integrity and purpose. It is not just a matter of words. It is a commitment to a way of life. As the knights kneel before the altar, the quiet hum of prayer fills the space, echoing softly against the stone walls. The cross on each knight's mantle gleams in the candlelight, a symbol of the sacred duty they have taken upon themselves. Now, imagine the feeling of being a part of this sacred circle. You feel a deep sense of peace and security, knowing that these knights, sworn to protect the innocent and uphold justice, are bound together by something timeless. The weight of their oaths settles in your heart, filling you with a sense of calm and understanding. The ritual is not just a duty. It is a sacred trust that links them to something eternal. As the ceremony concludes, the knights rise, their faces filled with determination and peace. The soft echo of their steps fills the chamber as they leave. Each knight, knowing the journey ahead will be one of both sacrifice and service. But tonight, in the quiet of the castle, they rest, knowing that they are united in their purpose, their bond as strong as the stone walls that surround them. Tonight, let the sacred oaths and rituals of the Templars fill your dreams. Picture the soft glow of candlelight, the calming sound of prayer, and the quiet strength of the knights as they swear their sacred vows. Feel the calm of the ritual wash over you, bringing peace and tranquility as you drift gently into sleep. Now, as you drift deeper into relaxation, let your imagination carry you to the stronghold of a Templar castle, nestled high on a hill and surrounded by the vast, quiet landscape. Picture the towering stone walls, thick and impenetrable, standing proudly against the wind and time. The castle is peaceful, bathed in the soft light of the evening, the air filled with the faint scent of moss and ancient stone. In this safe haven, the Templars rest after their long journeys, their stronghold a place of refuge and strength. The castle is not just a fortress. It is a symbol of their devotion, a place where their sacred duties are upheld and where their bond as brothers is strengthened. The stone walls are lined with tapestries and shields, each one telling a story of battles fought, victories won, and the sacred mission they have sworn to protect. As you close your eyes and breathe deeply, imagine walking through the castle gates. The sound of your footsteps echoes softly through the stone courtyard, a quiet rhythm that blends with the gentle breeze. The courtyard is filled with greenery, vines climbing up the walls, softening the sharp lines of the stone. A fountain in the center gently bubbles, its waters clear and cool, reflecting the sky above. The castle is alive with the sounds of peace, the soft chatter of knights sharing tales, the hum of distant prayer, and the gentle rustling of leaves in the wind. The great hall of the castle is warm and inviting, the flickering light of the hearth casting a soft glow over the room. Long wooden tables are set with food and drink. Knights and brethren gathered together in quiet camaraderie. The walls are lined with weapons and armor, each piece a reminder of the Order's sacred mission. But tonight, the hall is filled with peace, the warmth of the fire and the presence of loyal brothers, creating a sense of calm and belonging as you continue your journey through the castle. Imagine walking into a quiet chapel, a sacred space dedicated to the Templars, vows and their devotion to God. The soft glow of candles illuminates the stone altar, the scent of incense filling the air. The space is peaceful, serene, and full of quiet reverence. You feel a deep sense of calm and connection, as if the walls themselves hold the echoes of prayers whispered long ago, prayers that have filled this place with peace and purpose. The Templar castles are more than just strongholds. They are sanctuaries, places of protection, faith, and brotherhood. Here, the knights can rest, reflect, and prepare for the journeys ahead. The walls may be strong, but the bonds between the brothers are stronger still. Tonight, let the quiet strength of the Templar castles fill your dreams. Imagine the peaceful courtyards, the flickering hearth, and the soft hum of prayers and stories. Feel the calm of this sacred space wash over you, bringing peace and comfort as you drift off into restful, restorative sleep. Now, as you continue to relax, imagine yourself standing in the heart of a Templar stronghold, surrounded by ancient treasures and secrets that have been carefully guarded for centuries. Picture the soft flicker of torchlight casting gentle shadows on the stone walls, where priceless artifacts rest, their quiet beauty and mystique filling the air. The atmosphere is peaceful, but filled with a sense of wonder, as if each treasure holds a story waiting to be discovered. The Templars were not just knights in armor. They were keepers of sacred knowledge, protectors of secrets that spanned across time and faith. Imagine stepping into a dimly lit chamber, the air cool and filled with the scent of aged leather and incense. In the center of the room, a chest carved with intricate symbols sits silently, waiting. The chest is old, its wood worn smooth by time, but the treasures inside remain untouched by the passing years. As you move closer, picture the golden chalices, carefully crafted with delicate filigree, reflecting the soft light around them. Jewels of every color, rubies, sapphires, emeralds are arranged with precision, their brilliance casting fleeting rainbows across the walls. Each item, though a piece of wealth, holds a deeper meaning. They are not just treasures. They are keys to the mysteries of the Order, symbols of the sacred duty that the Templars undertook. Take a deep breath and imagine the quiet thrill of uncovering these hidden treasures, one by one. Each artifact carries with it a story, perhaps a map leading to hidden locations, a relic of the Holy Grail, or a scroll inscribed with secrets of the ancient world. The Templars were not just warriors. They were guardians of knowledge, entrusted with protecting sacred relics that could change the course of history. The mysteries they held close were as much a part of their mission as their swords and shields. In the soft glow of the chamber, imagine uncovering an ancient scroll, its parchment delicate with age. The markings on the scroll are in a language that feels ancient and familiar, like whispers from the past. As you read, you can feel the weight of history in your hands. The words are not just written. They are alive with purpose and meaning, unlocking secrets that have been kept for centuries. As you relax further, picture the Templars in their quiet moments, sitting in their sacred chambers, guarding these treasures with the utmost care. They are not just protecting gold or jewels. They are protecting the sacred knowledge of the ages, entrusted to them by the wisest of kings and sages. Their oath to protect these treasures is unwavering, their bond to each other unbreakable. Tonight, let the mystery and quiet beauty of the Templars' treasures fill your dreams. Imagine wandering through secret chambers filled with relics and ancient scrolls, feeling the peace that comes from knowing these secrets are safe and protected. Let the quiet strength and reverence of the order carry you gently into restful, deep sleep, knowing that the mysteries of the past are still with you, quietly whispering in the night. Now, as you relax even deeper, let your mind drift to the quiet intensity of a Templar knight preparing for battle. The sound of clinking armor and the steady rhythm of hooves on the earth fills the air. Imagine the Templars standing together, their swords gleaming softly in the light of the campfire, their faces calm and resolute. They are knights of faith, bound by an unbreakable bond of brotherhood, ready to fight for the sacred cause that has called them to arms. In this moment, there is no fear. The Templars are not driven by anger or desire for conquest, but by a deep sense of duty, a duty to protect the innocent and defend the lands entrusted to them. Their battle is not for glory, but for the preservation of the sacred and the good. As you breathe deeply and settle further into relaxation, picture these knights standing together, their heads held high, their hearts steady with purpose. The battles they fought were not just physical, they were battles of faith. Each sword raised, each shield held firm, was a testament to their unwavering belief in the cause they had sworn to protect. In the quiet before the battle, there was a moment of reflection, a prayer whispered in silence. The knights knew that they were not just fighting for land or treasure. They were fighting for something eternal, something far greater than themselves. Imagine the battlefield, the air heavy with the weight of history. The Templars move as one, their steps synchronized, their swords swift and sure. Yet even in the chaos of battle, there is a sense of calm. Their training has prepared them for this moment, but their faith guides them, filling their hearts with peace amidst the clashing of swords and the roar of battle. They are brothers, not just in arms, but in spirit. As you drift deeper into relaxation, picture the moments after the battle, when the fight has subsided and the dust begins to settle. The knights stand together once more, their faces filled with quiet gratitude and relief. There are no celebrations, no cheers, only the silent acknowledgement of duty fulfilled. The bond of brotherhood between them is stronger than ever, unbroken by the trials of war. These knights, though fierce in battle, were also protectors of peace. Their true strength lay not just in their swords, but in their hearts. They were bound by a sacred oath, an oath that would carry them through the darkest of times and the hardest of battles. In every fight, they fought for the innocent, for justice, and for the hope that their deeds would leave a lasting legacy of faith and honor. Tonight, the quiet strength of the Templars fill your dreams. Picture the knights standing together, their hearts and minds united in their sacred cause, ready to protect and defend. Feel the bond of brotherhood that connects them, the peace that comes from knowing they are part of something greater than themselves. As you drift into deep, peaceful sleep, let the strength and calm of the Templars guide you into a night filled with serenity and rest. Now, as you sink even deeper into the peaceful quiet of your surroundings, imagine stepping into the life of a Templar knight. Picture yourself waking in the early morning, the soft light of dawn filtering through the stone windows of the Templar stronghold. The air is cool, fresh, and still, carrying with it the quiet sounds of the castle awakening. As a knight of the order, your life is one of discipline, devotion, and purpose. You rise early each day, your mind already focused on the sacred mission that lies before you. There is no time for idleness, only the steady rhythm of duties that must be fulfilled. The sound of armor being donned echoes softly in the quiet halls as the knights prepare for the day ahead. The routine of a Templar knight is one of balance, strength, and serenity, action, and reflection. The day begins with prayer in the castle chapel, where the knights gather in silent devotion, their voices lifting together in peaceful, calming prayer. The atmosphere is serene, filled with the soft flicker of candlelight and the quiet sound of prayer. A moment of connection to the divine and a reminder of the sacred purpose of their lives. As you breathe deeply, imagine yourself alongside the knights as they prepare for the tasks of the day. Some will ride out to defend the land, while others will tend to the duties within the castle walls. The Templars are not just warriors. They are guardians of peace, entrusted with protecting the innocent and ensuring that justice prevails. Each knight plays a vital role, and each task, no matter how small, contributes to the greater good. After prayer, the day is filled with training, both physical and mental. The knights hone their skills with the sword, practicing in the courtyard beneath the watchful eyes of their fellow brethren. Their movements are precise, disciplined, and fluid, each strike and parry a reflection of years of practice and devotion. They do not fight for glory, but for duty. Their focus unwavering as they prepare for any challenge that may arise. But the life of a Templar Knight is not only about combat, it is about brotherhood, respect, and service. In the quiet moments between duties, the knights gather in the great hall, sharing meals and stories. There is a sense of camaraderie, a bond forged in both battle and devotion. They are not just comrades. They are family, bound together by a shared oath and a shared purpose. As the day draws to a close, imagine the knights gathering once more in prayer, giving thanks for the strength and guidance that have seen them through the day. The soft light of the setting sun bathes the chapel in a warm glow, and the peaceful rhythm of their prayers fills the air once more. There is a sense of peace, knowing that the work of the day is complete and that the night brings rest. For tomorrow will bring new challenges, new duties, and new opportunities to serve. Tonight, let the life of a Templar Knight fill your dreams. Picture the quiet devotion, the discipline, and the brotherhood that guide their every step. Feel the calm of their daily routine, knowing that they live not just for themselves, but for a cause greater than any one person. Let the peaceful, steadfast energy of the Templars carry you gently into deep, restful sleep, filled with calm and serenity. Now, as you relax even deeper, imagine the soft, quiet shadows of a Templar stronghold. The stone walls that once echoed with the sound of knights' footsteps, now standing still, heavy with the weight of history. It is a time of change, a time when the Templar Order, once powerful and revered, faces its greatest challenge. The calm atmosphere of the castle seems to shift, as if the very walls are holding their breath, waiting for what comes next. The fall of the Templars was not swift, nor was it easy. It began with whispers, rumors, and doubts, like a storm cloud gathering on the horizon. What once seemed like an unbreakable order, bound by faith and brotherhood, now found itself under attack. The knights, who had fought so fiercely for the protection of the Holy Lands, now found themselves betrayed by those they had sworn to serve. Picture the Grand Master, seated in his chamber, his face calm, yet filled with concern. The weight of the Order's fate rests upon his shoulders. The knights still hold their oaths close, their hearts still bound by loyalty to the cause, but the world around them is changing. The soft flicker of candlelight casts long shadows on the walls, and the air is thick with uncertainty. The Templars remain faithful, but outside the castle walls, forces beyond their control are gathering, determined to tear apart the brotherhood that has lasted for centuries. As you breathe deeply, feel the tension of the moment. The knights prepare for what they know may be inevitable. In the quiet of the castle, you can hear the sound of swords being sheathed, shields being adjusted, not for battle, but for defense. The knights gather together in solemn reflection, their brotherhood now threatened by those who once called them allies. The air is heavy with the weight of history, as if the very ground beneath their feet knows what is to come. Imagine the nightfall when the king's soldiers arrive, a quiet, solemn procession. The moon casts a cold light over the courtyard, and the knights, still loyal to their vows, meet their fate with quiet courage. They are not broken. They are not afraid. Their faith remains unwavering, even as the world around them crumbles. The fall of the Templars was not a simple defeat. It was the end of an era, the dissolution of an order that had once been mighty. Yet, even in the face of betrayal and destruction, the memory of the Templars endures. The Knights were not forgotten. Their legends lived on, carried in the whispers of the wind, in the stories told around campfires, and in the hearts of those who remembered their sacrifice. Tonight, let the quiet courage of the Templars fill your dreams. Imagine them standing together, unwavering in the face of adversity, bound by a shared oath and an eternal bond. Let their strength, faith, and brotherhood guide you into peaceful, restful sleep, knowing that their legacy remains, quietly waiting to be remembered. Now, as you sink further into relaxation, let your mind wander through the mists of time, where the legends of the Templars live on. Though the knights themselves may no longer walk the earth, their stories, their myths, and their mysteries continue to echo through the ages. Imagine yourself sitting by a quiet fire, the soft crackle of the flames adding to the soothing ambience as the wind whispers tales of ancient days. The Templar Knights, though fallen from power, became the stuff of legend. Their oaths, their treasures, and their sacred mission grew into myths that spanned generations. In the quiet corners of medieval villages and the halls of grand castles, the tales of these noble knights spread far and wide. They were not just warriors. They were guardians of sacred knowledge, protectors of hidden truths, and seekers of divine relics, such as the legendary Holy Grail. As you breathe deeply, imagine sitting at the fireside with the people of the time, listening intently as stories of the Templars are told. Some speak of the knights as heroes, their courage and loyalty a beacon of hope. Others speak of them as mysterious figures shrouded in secrecy, their true purpose hidden behind locked doors and forgotten chambers. The Holy Grail, they say, was not just a cup. It was a symbol of something much greater, a divine treasure that only the most worthy could protect. The Templar story, once filled with honor and glory, became one of intrigue. Were they the protectors of ancient secrets? Did they hide treasures that could change the course of history? These questions lingered long after the order was disbanded, leaving behind whispers of treasure maps, lost cities, and artifacts that held the key to divine power. Now, picture yourself walking through the quiet streets of an ancient town, the soft glow of candlelight illuminating the stone walls of buildings. The air is thick with mystery, as if the very stones hold secrets of a time long past. The myths of the Templars, their hidden treasures and lost knowledge, swirl around you like a soft mist. You feel as though you are walking through a world where the boundaries between legend and truth are blurred, where every corner holds the possibility of discovery. These legends are more than just stories. They are a reflection of the deep human desire for meaning, for understanding, and for connection to something greater than ourselves. The Templars' myths remind us that even in the face of darkness, there is always light, and even in the face of loss, there is always the possibility of discovery. Tonight, let the myths of the Templars fill your dreams. Picture the lost treasures, the sacred relics, and the secret chambers that hold the answers to centuries-old mysteries. Let these stories wrap around you like a comforting blanket, guiding you into peaceful, restorative sleep. As you drift off, know that the legends of the Templars will live on in your heart, quietly whispering their mysteries through the night now. As you settle comfortably into your rest, let your mind float gently through the corridors of time, where the legacy of the Templars still whispers in the shadows. Though their physical presence may have faded, their story lives on in the dreams and legends of those who still remember their courage, their devotion, and the sacred bond they shared. Tonight, as you drift deeper into your slumber, let the Templar legacy guide you into a world where time is timeless, and the past and future exist in peaceful harmony. Picture yourself in a vast, quiet hall, surrounded by the echoes of the past. The stone walls are old, worn with centuries of history, but they still hold the strength of the brotherhood that once filled these halls. The flickering light of torches casts gentle shadows, and the air is filled with a peaceful silence. As you walk slowly through this sacred space, you can almost hear the soft footsteps of the knights who once walked here, their voices, calm and steady, reciting prayers of devotion, their hearts filled with unwavering faith and purpose. The Templar legacy is one of duty, sacrifice, and brotherhood. These knights were not just protectors of the sacred. They were guardians of something far greater, the ideals of justice, honor, and the pursuit of truth. They lived by a code that transcended time and space. Though the order has long since disbanded, the essence of their vows lives on in the hearts of those who hear their story. Imagine yourself now, in a peaceful meadow, the soft breeze gently rustling the grass beneath your feet. You stand in the middle of a quiet forest, surrounded by the calm presence of nature, as if the very earth is whispering its ancient secrets. The Templars' legacy is alive here, woven into the fabric of the land itself. The ideals of faith, honor, and courage are as present as the trees that stretch their branches toward the sky. The Templar Knights believed in something eternal, something that could never be destroyed, no matter the challenges they faced. Their mission was not just about treasure or battle. It was about protecting what was sacred, preserving the truth, and serving a higher purpose. As you breathe in deeply, feel the peaceful strength of their legacy, knowing that even though the Templars are no longer with us, their ideals still guide us today. Tonight, as you drift into a deep and peaceful sleep, let the Templar legacy fill your dreams. Picture yourself walking through quiet halls of stone, hearing the echoes of knights who lived their lives with purpose and faith. Let their strength and courage be a comforting presence, guiding you into a restful slumber filled with serenity and peace. In your dreams, let the legacy of the Templars live on, reminding you that their story, though shrouded in mystery, is a testament to the power of brotherhood, faith, and the enduring pursuit of truth. Allow their whispers to guide you, gently carrying you into a night of restful, rejuvenating sleep, where their legends and ideals are woven into the very fabric of your dreams.